It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, we mocked him and his appearance in 2017. While as head coach, he led the New York Giants to a 2-10 record. He was fired after just 28 games at a place where no one gets fired. He went away for a while and quietly came back in 2020 as the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback coach, where he was fired after just one season. He spent last season consulting the Cowboys on how to lose. But Dan, for reasons only they will ever know, the Carolina Panthers looked at that resume and said to themselves, that's our guy. That's our next offensive coordinator. And Dan, just like that, Ben McAdoo is back.
Yes.
The G-Men, the Jags, OC. Speaking of back, hello, Grayson Allen.
Oh,
you see that one?
Yes.
You got a game.
Suspended for a game for injuring Caruso. One game.
Markieff Morris still isn't back.
Really?
Yeah. You alluded to him faking it.
I did.
That was as dirty as you'll see in that sport.
The Grayson Allen.
Yes.
He got one game. That guy's out 6 to 8 weeks. It's pretty bad. Dan, I know you, and I'm begging you. Don't think about it. Certainly don't say it. I care about you. You thought about it over the weekend, didn't you?
Thought about what?
Brady was done.
He made us think about it with that strategic leak that you think is just to keep Byron Leftwich there.
It'd be a good play, right? Leverage play?
Here's my prediction.
Maybe he doesn't like Arians.
I think it's far more likely that Aaron Rodgers retires than Tom Brady does.
Wow.
Is that a Mike Ryan exclusive?
Give yourself a beep or something.
I'm just like talking shit. That was a sports radio topic. Just wanted to say it.
It's been said.
That loss may have been Tom Brady's greatest victory ever.
Put it on the poll, Guillermo. Was that loss Tom Brady's greatest victory?
Hugh Freeze went 35-19 at Mississippi with Dawson Knox, DK Metcalf, and A.J. Brown. He should never coach again.
I thought you were telling Dan that he was freezing something. It is cold here.
It is cold. We all broke out our winter gear, but the rest of the country is suffering a lot more than us. We dipped into the low 50s today, and all of us went into parts of our closet that we haven't been in 5 years.
It's 46. There's iguanas falling out of the sky.
I started my car minutes before I got into the car. How about that?
He did. Stugotz came in here and said he turned on the heaters in his car for the first time in several years.
My only regret is that this didn't happen on a Greg Cody Tuesday, because I would have loved to have seen what Greg Cody found in his closet for a day like today.
It's going to be just as cold tomorrow now.
Mid-50s.
High of 74, it says.
Slaps different when it dips into the 40s.
How about that, though? Dawson Knox, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, 35-19.
Well, that's why Liberty just gave him $4 million a year, though. He could go get those guys if you're willing to
You're right.
compromise your every moral.
You just can't win with them. Weather, stakes, none of it matters. The Tennessee Titans play that game every week. Dan, we lost a hockey legend over the weekend, Clark Gillies. If you looked at Mike Bossy, funny, at any time during the 1980s, Clark Gillies would beat the living shit out of you.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Don't believe me? Ask Dave Schultz or Terry O'Reilly.
It's true.
They know.
They do.
Rest in peace, Clark. You are family, entrenched on my top 5 New York Islanders of all time list.
Family?
Did you misread firmly?
I did.
I thought it was weird that
thought you had
Clark
a
Gillies
deep
would
dive.
be,
Feels
like
would
family.
be, would
He
be
got-
You are
family.
family,
Listen,
brother.
I live 20 minutes from the Coliseum,
Oh,
and that
stop.
entire team
Oh,
felt like it was
stop.
my
It
family.
was firmly. It was just firmly.
Number 5.
You read it wrong. Number 5, Firmleys. Number 5, Families. What is this? Number 5, Islanders.
These are my 5 greatest Islanders of all time. The Isles. Number 5, John Tonelli. Greatest assist in the history of hockey. Tonelli to Nystrom. Flyers. First Stanley Cup. Heart and soul. Number 4, Bobby Nystrom. Bobby Nye. He received that pass from John Tonelli. And what did he do, Dan? He put it in the back of the net, and we won a Stanley Cup. Bobby Nye. No helmet, by the way. Number 3, Mike Bossy. Boss. Number 2, Clark Gillies. Protected Mike Bossy. Also gave you 30, 35 goals. How about that? And number 1, Bill Smith. Smitty. I named my cat after him. He died. My cat.
Isn't it Billy Smith? Did they not call him Billy, or they call him Bill Smith? I'm asking genuinely. I'm not correcting
Bill
you.
Smith, Billy Smith, Smitty. I named my cat Smitty. He died. By the way, Clark Gillies was born in Moose Jaw, Canada. Dan, you know what you do if your name is Clark Gillies and you were born in a place called Moose Jaw, Canada?
You protect Mike Bossy.
You play hockey and protect Mike Bossy. Good job out of you. Textbook Titans game. You know what the T in Titans stands for? Textbook. The Bengals should use their next 10 draft picks.
Didn't you just said that?
It's not really a riddle, though. It's hard
I
to
gave it away.
If you
My bad. The Bengals should use their next 10 draft picks on offensive linemen. If you want to know.
Guillermo, put it on the poll, please. Should the Bengals use their next 10 draft picks on offensive linemen?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it sounds good.
50% clip, you're fine.
Trade for them, free agents, stack them on top of each other, sure.
Because that receiver's enough.
I got it. Stugotz, you've made clear why it is that they would need
you never do.
The receiver and the quarterback, they're good. Protect them.
Yeah. If you want to know what a Tennessee Titan game looks like, it looks like Saturday. If you want to know what football looks like, it looks like Saturday night, Lambeau Field, fourth quarter with the snow coming down. Dan, that's football. The big winner in the Titans-Bengals game was Mike Vrabel's penis.
Put it on the poll, please, at LeBatard Show, Guillermo. Was the big winner big winner?
Is that what he calls it?
Big winner in the Titans-Bengals game, Vrabel's penis.
The Tennessee Titans are a quarterback away. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, the Titans would be in the mix. Joe Burrow and McPherson hugging was the whitest moment in television history since Golick and Wingo. McPherson telling Joe Burrow, it looks like we're headed to the AFC Championship game, before nailing the game-winning field goal. Goosebumps, if it's true. If it's not, who cares?
Yeah, it's true. You know what? You're right about that. All right. Doesn't even matter if it's true or not.
Dan?
Should be true.
How is their kicker cockier than their quarterback?
It's amazing.
Well, I think the quarterback likes to tell cocky stories on behalf of everybody.
He just loves cocky stories.
I think that's what's happening there. Burrow every week. I think he might be trolling us for as long as they win. He's going to say that some offensive lineman who catches a thick six or something, some defensive lineman. I think he's going to say, yeah, he told me right before that. He came to me, called timeout, came to me on the sideline, told me he was going to do that.
Dan, you can't say me and Billy didn't try to tell you. He tanked. The G in Green Bay stands for goodbye. Sean Payton, Dallas Cowboys, collision course.
Does it stand for goodbye? Because I believe that you had the take that Aaron Rodgers is never leaving Green Bay. Is it because you thought he was going to win the title and then not leave?
That was a couple of weeks ago. Last week, the take was the Niners-Packers game was for everything. And by everything, I mean you win, you move on, and you get Aaron Rodgers. That's everything.
Okay.
Shanahan won everything.
That is everything.
Yeah. You've got Sean Payton leveraging another football job, but he might be in on this commentary game with Amazon getting Thursday Night Football. It seems as though Aikman and Peyton are all kind of leveraging playing musical chairs with Fox and Amazon.
Game's about to change, man. The streaming services want in on football, and they are going to spend a lot of money to get in on football.
I mean, how many people watched the game last night? Did we get a rating yet?
I'm going to say all of them.
Everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Put it on the poll, Guillermo. How many people watched the game last night, and then just put the
Everyone.
answer all of them, and don't give any other options.
The B in Joe Burrow stands for balls and Brady. With KD out, Kyrie Irving should get the shot. He turned the whole thing around and become a savior hero. Plus, instead of one, he'd have two of the greatest shots in NBA history. How about that? Aaron Rodgers said he had a tough decision to make regarding his future. You know what the T in tough decision stands for, Dan?
Oh, for the love of God.
Tanking. Matt LaFleur do it in the postseason. The San Francisco 49ers, quarterback away, can't believe Tom Brady is a better option on 4th and inches than Derrick Henry. Amazing. Derrick Henry, he can't get inches. That's not what he does. He doesn't like inches. He likes feet, yards.
Inches go into that, though.
I guess so. You can't gain a yard without gaining an inch.
But he doesn't like the inches. That's not the part of the equation he's interested in. I'm with you. He likes yards. Today, though, his feet hurt because he's got screws and metal in them.
If the other team makes Tom Brady's mouth bleed, it should be an automatic touchdown for the Buccaneers. Steph Curry hit his first game winner over the weekend of his career. You know what the C in Curry stands for? Not clutch. Tom Brady, Green Bay Packers, collision course. Tom Brady, do it in the postseason. I guess Matthew Stafford is tall enough to see Odell Beckham Jr. Tom Brady willed that field goal to fall short to keep the lead at 14 points. Matt Gay, revenge game. Los Angeles Rams, the rare win when it seemed like you were trying to lose. We went from Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady to Matthew Stafford versus Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G, Tampa Bay Bucks, too little too late. The buck doesn't stop here anymore, Dan. It stops at Aaron Donald. That guy's good.
Yeah.
Divisional round. You were everything the Super Wildcard weekend wasn't. Thank you. I haven't confirmed yet, but hearing Mike Vrabel was upset with Ryan Tannehill. Not for losing the game, but from keeping Vrabel away from his beloved overtime. OT. Vrabes. If overtime was a person, Mike Vrabel would marry it. Hey, Tom. Bill Belichick would have told Fournette not to score. New Brady Belichick credit pie chart, Dan.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
99% Tom Brady, 1% Bill Belichick. Big day for Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, he climbed up 0.6% from last week.
Big news.
Plus, Jimmy G won. What a day for Belichick. Oh, my God. Jason Tatum, the rare 50 burger with a side of no one was paying attention. Who the hell is Gabriel Davis? Speaking of hell, or Bryles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.
Guillermo, put it on the poll, please, at LeBatard Show. If you make Brady's mouth bleed, should the Bucks get 7 points or should you get 7 points? It's a good question. And also, let me just, because you brought up our beloved Ben McAdoo,
Yes.
I have to do this.
Okay.
Does Ben McAdoo look like a pirate from an off-strip Vegas show circa 1996? Does Ben McAdoo look like the manager of a struggling hot tub outlet store? Does Ben McAdoo look like divorce?
Yes.
Does Ben McAdoo look like your friend who hates the NBA for being soft and not playing defense like they did when Bird played? Does Ben McAdoo look like the guy who has taken it upon himself to keep the condo pool free of leaves? Does he look like an ESPN classic bowler? Does he look like the guy who married the hottest girl in high school 20 years later and takes care of her 6 kids while she's out at the bar with her ex, Doug Peterson?
That's wrong.
Does Ben McAdoo look like a man who's been lost in Lowe's for 2 hours? Does he look like he's wearing a disguise? Does he look like the instructor in 1980s bus driver training video?
How am I still just learning about some of these?
Doug Peterson.
And does he look like Paul Radke, who is friends with Greg Cody when they were 12 years old?